Hi, this is Brett Favre, and you're listening to Jim on Base.
We're here in New Orleans for the Super Bowl with the great Brett Favre, and I just had David Kano on, and we talked about Concussed, the American Dream, and that's a special film, right?
Well, unfortunately, it is. And I say unfortunately because we talked about the young man, Tyler Sash, who really was, like I said, unfortunately was a star of the documentary. And you know, our goal was not to point blame at anyone, but was to shed not really new light, but continue to focus on the seriousness of concussions. And they're not going away. No matter how good the helmets are, the rule changes, they're still going to happen. Whether it be the playground, youth football, girls soccer, elderly, car wreck, I mean, it's going to be there. So what we're trying to do is keep the focus on the seriousness of concussions, and it's painful because, you know, in Tyler Sash's case, the end was tragic, and so it'll happen again, and it'll happen again and again and again, and I can speak volumes of what head trauma can do. When we were filming this and getting it ready to be watched, I had no clue I would end up with Parkinson's. But I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's a little over a year now. Every specialist I've met with says if it's not in your family, we would look at head trauma. And you wrote the book on head trauma. I have no history in my family. And what does that mean? I'm not knocking football. I'm just saying that it's always going to be there, and we have to find a solution that will counter the swelling of the brain, because again, they're not going away.
Well, you can see it on Apple TV, you can stream it, and I know it's a special project, and, you know, overall, are you doing all right, though, when people are curious, you know, what's Brett Favre up to these days?
Yeah, I'm 55. Can't believe that I'm already 55.
You look good, though.
Well, I'm trying. One of the things that every specialist I've talked to has said emphatically is whatever you're doing, stay active. And I like to bike, so I kind of push the envelope, do a little weight circuit during the week, just to kind of maintain some, because the Parkinson's I have affects the rigidity and stiffness. I have a little shaking, but that's not, I measure more in the rigidity and stiffness. So on top of the 20 years of playing, you can imagine I didn't need any help in the stiffness and rigidity part of it. But so, you know, I'm trying to stay active. You know, I can't turn back the clocks, but I'm just doing all I can to stay healthy.
We're at the Lee Steinberg party for the Super Bowl, and you're getting an award tonight, right? Is it for the film, or?
Getting a humanitarian award, along with, I think, 6 or 7 others. Drew Brees is one, Sean Payton's another, and all for different things. Mine happens to be, you know, the concussion part of it, and keeping the focus on the seriousness of it. So I'm honored that Lee would do this for me.
Well, Brett, it's great to see you here in New Orleans. My first time here, and have fun this week of the Super Bowl.
And you were here 2 weeks ago. They had a foot of snow.
That's what I hear, right?
I grew up not too far from here. In 55 years, I'd never seen it snow in New Orleans. Better yet, a foot. So, but it's far from that right now.
Were you going to go see some live music while you're here? Or who's your favorite bands?
I don't really have a favorite band. I love Jason Aldean. You know, buddies with Tim McGraw. Toby Keith was a dear friend.
Rest in peace.
The guys from Hootie and the Blowfish, and Darius, when he went out on his own, great friends with all those guys. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm all over the place. I like a little bit of everything.
Well, Brett, thanks for giving me some time. Everyone watch Concussed, the American Dream, and I'll see you down the road.
Yeah, thanks for having me.